Hi, Barbara Freeberg here from Robo-Advisor Pros. Today we're going to be looking at a dividend growth portfolio. And we're going to compare that with a 60/40 stock bond portfolio. Now you can create these type of investments in any investment platform, but we're going to be using M1 Finance as an example because it's very easy to use and it is a free investment manager. I have an account there, so we're going to go on over and look at my account and see how the M1 Finance portfolios are set up. So let's go. Okay, we click over to the M1 Finance website and we log in. If you don't already have an account, then you can set one up very easily. And here is my investment portfolio. I currently have a 50% in a 60/40 stock and bond portfolio, and I have a 50% in a global dividend portfolio. Let me tell you why I set up these two portfolios, and actually in M1 Finance, they're called pies. And a pie really just means, an M1 pie means a group of individual investments. So I set these up as an experiment to compare a traditional 60% global stock portfolio, 40% bond, and this is what is included in that 50% of the portfolio. It is a Vanguard Total World Stock Market Index Fund and a 40% Vanguard Total Bond Market. Now, the bond market fund is just U.S. bonds, and the stock market fund includes a representation of all the stocks from around the world. And we do that because the U.S. really is just a small part of the global stock market. And although there are times when the U.S. stock market just explodes, there are other times when it doesn't do as well. And so an investor who wants to be really diversified might consider investing in a total all-world stock fund. And if you want to learn more about this individual pie that I invested in, here's a description of it. And let me show you where I got it. So you go to the research tab and you go to the expert pies section of M1 Finance. And I love this section because, okay, don't tell anyone, but I'm a lazy investor. And so I like someone to give me an investment portfolio already set up, and I just put my money in and invest within it. And in the expert pies, which are pre-made, M1 Finance offers you so many different strategies. You have the general investing, you have retirement, socially responsible, income earners, hedge fund followers, stocks and bonds, and other strategies. For this experiment, I chose a general investing. I chose just stocks and bonds for my 60/40 portion of my investment. And here you can check out returns over long term too. And I also selected for the other half of my experiment, the income earners. And these selected pies are for people that want a decent yield. And some of these also offer the opportunity for capital appreciation or growth in the value of their investments. I selected the global dividend portfolio to add to my investments. It has a current yield of 3.556%. Obviously, that will change with market conditions. Within this portfolio, there are different funds, so different exchange traded funds. There is 50% allocated to a Vanguard Dividend Appreciation Index Fund. And if you want to learn more about that, you just click on it and you can get all the details of that specific fund, what its performance has been, what the profile is. And I'm going through this so that you can understand that it's really important to know what you're investing in. Don't just pick an investment because you read about it or you heard about it on somebody else's platform, but do your research before investing. So again, this global dividend portfolio also has investments 21% in the International Select Dividend ETF. And this fund invests in dividend stocks that are in the developed markets, which are developed countries outside of the U.S. Then there is the Emerging Markets High Dividend Fund, and there's only 18% in this fund, and this includes stocks that are from emerging market countries, which are less developed countries like China or India, and companies from those regions of the world. And then the fund also includes the Wisdom Tree U.S. Mid-Cap Dividend Fund. And the reason that I assume M1 put this in their investment portfolio is because mid-cap stocks are those that aren't too gigantic and also aren't too tiny, and they have a decent opportunity to grow. And these are U.S. companies, and they have a reasonably nice opportunity to grow. And also they give you a 2.7 dividend yield, which is pretty good when you consider interest rates are so low right now. And the final holding is the Wisdom Tree Small Cap. And there's just a small allocation to that. So let's go back to my portfolio and take a look at how my portfolio is set up. And you'll see here, don't get too freaked out by this up and down, because I initially had $1,000 and then I added $5,000 here. And so that's why the portfolio went up really high here with the additional 5,000. Then I sold some of the shares when I went to create this 50% global growth portfolio and 50% typical U.S. stock bond portfolio. So the goal is to find out, how do these two different investments perform over time? I also did a little bit of guesstimating in that if the market does tend to experience a great drop, my thinking is that possibly this global dividend fund might hold up well if the U.S. market falls and the global market doesn't, because the dividend stocks typically hold up relatively well during a stock market decline. So that's my thinking on this portfolio. You will be able to see how it progresses. I started out with $6,000, $3,000 in each, and over time we'll see how it actually grows. So thanks for watching, and please leave your comments below and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to learn more about M1 Finance, feel free to click on the link in the show notes. It is an affiliate link, which means in order to help pay for my costs of the channel, I get a small commission if you do sign up for M1 Finance with my link. And also, I will include links to review articles of M1 Finance so you can learn more about it. Happy investing, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.